get a report from Allie.
Thanks, guys. Mark Dagnall had some words for his team over the last break. Coach wasn't very animated in this tight game, but asked this of his team: how bad do you want it? Right now, this is all about who wants it more. So go out there and take it, guys.
Thanks for that, Allie. Thunder on D. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong. No baskets allowed.
This guy is so strong physically. Lou Dort locked in defensively.
Wallace outside. To tie it up. Boston pulls it in. Porzingis surveying the floor. White on the wing. Inside. Here's Tatum. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around.
Jason Tatum is a thirsty scorer, and right now filling it up.
Pass to Williams. It's stolen by Holiday. To the inside. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
I mean, they've played some beautiful basketball all game. The passing has been impressive, and it's opened up things with their ball movement.
Well, the critical free throw was the one to make it a 2-possession game, and he got it.
Williams with the screen. Pass to Holmgren. Now here's Williams. He's guarded by White. Boston leading by 5. Left side Porzingis. The kick out to White. From behind the arc.
getting noisy here in Boston. We're at the home of the Celtics. 2K Sports is proud to present NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brett Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. Outside Williams. Inside Holmgren.
Check Holmgren.
Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. All the talk, Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
Tatum wide open. He fires one. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
That's what makes Tatum so dangerous. Offensively, he doesn't need the ball in his hands to be effective.
To the paint. Stolen by Holiday. Brown with it. Dort covers.
A supremely athletic player. Brown really stuck it to them there.
Holmgren the screen. Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. The rebound by the Celtics.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
Out to White. And the Celtics another three.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple. And you watch Jason Tatum year to year. He is a model of consistency. Across the board, the numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes. And given that Holmgren is 7 feet tall, he's a threat to throw it down at any time.
Back to Tatum. Williams with the steal. It's stolen by White. And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by.
Well, it's one thing to play good defense, but then to alter the shot and get the rebound, that's a good day's work.
Pass to Caruso. And the three ball is good.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on it.
To the inside. Brown, no good.
Yeah, can't see why he missed that one there. The D's close, but it's like plenty of room.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. There's the pick. 5 on the clock. Taken away by Holiday. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Thunder are young, but they figured out how to win. Defensive ace Lou Dort talked about their chemistry. He said nobody cries about shot selection or anything like that. We know what each player can do. We just really want to see the team win and succeed. Kevin, you see that in their play.
Don't you, David? Every single game, pulling in the right direction. GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
Porzingis with the rebound. Boston trailing. Down low. Here's Tatum. And the dunk by Tatum.
Tatum good for at least one highlight finish a night. This guy is box office.
Over in the corner, Dort. Off target from outside. And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. And Holiday has it in the corner. Here's Porzingis. No scoring in this one.
I don't know who's going to get up for that as Porzingis skies for the dunk.
Pass to Caruso. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It's good from long range.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Now here's Tatum. He's got 5. Porzingis inside. It's stolen by Brown. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. Finished off the break.
And Porzingis just pouring it on here from the inside.
On the wing, Williams. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Gets it off. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Celtics lead by 2. And we'll be back shortly for the start. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Boston.
I mean, they've come out aggressive defensively, getting into them and coming up with some cookies along the way.
Back to Porzingis. Pass to Holiday. Jacks up a 3. Hits it from three-point range. Holiday's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Boy, does that help. When Drew Holiday's connecting from the three-point line, it opens up so much of the floor.
To the middle. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Holmgren. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play.
And great job from Holmgren. I like when he shows confidence attacking inside.
Back to Tatum. Knocks it loose. Caruso with the steal. Here's Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
Wanting to do whatever is good for the team on any given possession. That time Dort playing unselfishly.
Back to Tatum. Misses the 3. Oklahoma City trailing. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the drive. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Well, Brent, we had to wait a year for it, but Chet Holmgren had an incredible rookie season.
And I don't think any talent evaluator is surprised at the way that Chet came in his first year and was able to contribute and sometimes dominate in the ways that he did. So coming back healthy, making that immediate impact, Chet Holmgren is going to be a superstar in this league.
They get a hand on it. Taken away by Holiday. On the wing, Brown. Fires from deep. Holiday gets the bucket. Holiday's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
A lot of give and take between these sides early.
And both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Holiday, no one around him. Nailed from three-point land.
That's confident shooting there from Drew Holiday. Got his coaches and teammates saying, yes, take that one.
Pass to Caruso. The kick out to Williams. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Williams' shot is off.
And if they know what's good for them, That's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point lane.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Outside Holiday. Tatum, that's for 2. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Not sure how he saw that there. Holiday with a firm understanding how to get the ball to an open teammate.
Holmgren the screen. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's foul number 2 for him. Greg, you know about the Euro step, but is the decel the next move that's getting more notice?
I think it is, Kevin, and you can see players have quickly incorporated that into their arsenal. It's been fun to watch, man, and I tell you, it creates some uncomfortable situations.
And the dunk by Tatum.
And how about that show of confidence from Tatum? He really excels at playing above the rim and taking that one home.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, well, like a lockdown corner in football, teams just try to keep the ball away from Drew Holiday. He says, I feel like they're not afraid of me, but like, okay, get him off the ball. To me, that's respect. I don't need other people telling me how good I am. You can see it by their actions. Kevin?
So true. He can be intimidating, David, and we thank you for that report. In recent years, Brent, we've seen Oklahoma City turn into a contender simply by developing their own young talent.
Yep, blocks on sticks, on bricks, on blocks, and that's what they've done. They have not signed a free agent, big-name guy. They've built from within. They've built an incredible roster by drafting well and fostering the growth of these young players, along with a coach who has given them a lot of belief. It's been pretty magical in OKC.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactics.
Outside, Dort. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. Misses the wing 3. Pass to Hauser. Drives to the hoop. It's tipped. It's tipped. And stolen by Tatum. Over Hartenstein. And so it's the Boston Celtics. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. And we'll be right back after this. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Boston leading by 9. To the inside. Pritchard. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Pritchard's got the first bucket of the third here for the Celtics. Offensive rebound. Outside Tatum. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Now Williams. Scoreless thus far. Pass to Hartenstein. Crafty move. Doesn't go that time. Nice D from Porzingis. Outside Tatum. And Tatum driving. Misses the layup. Thunder trailing by 11. He's listed at 6'5", but Brent, Jalen Williams seems so much bigger than that on the floor.
Yeah, Kevin, one of those guys that has more presence on the floor than the measurements you look at on paper. This guy plays bigger. He's got a great frame. He's got great strength. He's got great poise. And there are a lot of people who are going to recognize just how talented Jalen is.
5 to shoot. Screen by Hartenstein. And the basket by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gilgeous-Alexander showing just how difficult he can be to guard at times.
Pass to Porzingis. Three-pointer. Sinks the three-pointer. Porzingis has got 7 points.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Brown outside. The kick out to Tatum. Here's Pritchard. Brown. And it's Brown on the follow. And the Celtics lead by 11.
Finessing his way inside for the board and the score. How about the effort from Brown?
Outside, Dort. Back to Caruso. Pass to Hartenstein. And here is Williams. Again, Oklahoma City. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Here's Hauser. Off target with his 3. Thunder trailing by 9. And an intentional foul right there.
I'm not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Celtics making a switch here. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Pass to Caruso. Oklahoma City moving it around. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Porzingis with the steal. And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Outside, Porzingis. High, arcing shot, and that's 2 points on the layup. Porzingis has got 9.
Yeah, that's tough for the defense. Porzingis inside. I don't know who defensively is going to get to him.
Outside Williams. Back to Holmgren. Outside Williams. Shot clock at 5. Caruso with the ball. Now guarded by Tatum. The shot by Williams, no good. Celtics leading by 11. Pass to Tatum. Deflects the pass. And stolen by Caruso. Here's Dort. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
Those kind of dunks get your team going, and Luguentz Dort applying the pressure.
Inside. Hauser. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. And the Celtics lead by 11.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Holmgren can't hit. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Celtics. To the paint. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game. That one good for 2. Hauser's got the lead up to 13 now for the Celtics.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
It's tipped. And that one goes out of bounds. Pass touched by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
And so it's Boston looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. Right back after this break. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Thunder trailing by 13. Outside Williams. Now here's Caruso. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren in the corner. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Tatum. Tatum using his size inside.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Pass to Caruso. Over in the corner, Williams. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. That one goes. Count it.
He's got the ability to do damage inside and out. SGA's not going to miss that.
Right side, Porzingis. Caruso with the steal. Here's look at that.
Oh, forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown. Outside Holiday. Back to Porzingis. Hands it from downtown.
And Porzingis has shown us signs of a little bit of everything here. Scoring, skill, dominating offensively.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Williams. Down low. Porzingis with the block.
Well, Porzingis, the height, the reach, just overpowering.
And there's the call on Lou Dort. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's White. Outside Tatum. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Yeah, you gotta really do a better job on Tatum once he gets on the way up. Excellent at fighting his way through the defense there and still able to convert.
Nice ball movement by Boston. Just 5 on the clock. Boston needs to get off a shot. Holiday. And Holmgren pulls it down. Thunder trailing by 16. Left side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside, Dort. Outside, Williams. Back to Dort. That one, no good. Some solid defense from Brown. Pass to Tatum. Back to White. Screen by Porzingis. The three from Tatum. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Holmgren. And that one drops for him.
I mean, sneaky. When he moves around the floor, Holmgren takes you out of the play, slips past, and just rolls to the hoop.
The kick out to Tatum. Again, the miss by the Celtics. And it's Williams with the ball for Oklahoma City. They trail by 14.
Oh, the long strides of Holmgren on display. This is why you can't give him the lane.
Mr. Porzingis with the drive. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Third team foul.
All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Well, I've been impressed with the ball movement all game long. They're really looking to just make that extra pass.
Well, some people call Porzingis a unicorn, and they're not wrong. His terrific stature and his shooting ability, that is a rare combination.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Dort wide open. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up.
Well, if you're looking for a 3-and-D player, Dort plays D, and there's your 3.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Celtics.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Porzingis.
Just a force on the glass. Did a fantastic job crashing the boards and coming up with seemingly every rebound.
The 3 from Tatum. And again, Boston with the triple.
Well, you know Jason Tatum can score, and that's exactly what he's done thus far.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony. We have an interconference affair lined up for you today as the Boston Celtics come in for this one. It's the NBA, and it's live right here on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan, and we're joined by our reporter David Aldridge on the sidelines. Holiday gets the bucket. And Stan, it seems like the key matchup tonight is down inside in the paint.
Oh, yeah, Kevin. Expect this one to be really physical. If either team backs down, they can just get run over tonight, but I don't expect that to happen. It's going to be a slugfest.
We love those kind of games. They're a lot of fun.
You aren't kidding. Well, this is what Brown was looking for. He just needed the ball, and then instantly his shot was out.
And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Now Dort, following the Porzingis miss from deep. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Pass to Caruso. Back to Holmgren. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And the conversation for Porzingis, coach, tends to always come back to health. And what a challenge that has been for him.
Yeah, Kevin, over his career, on average, he's missed about 30 games per season. But that's not an uncommon problem, as you know, for players who stand well over 7 feet tall.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Outside, Dort. There's the pick. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And so it's Holiday with it. He'll bring it up for Boston. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Oh, a nifty finisher. You didn't think Holiday would back down inside, did you?
To the middle. Here's Caruso. Over to the left wing. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Just 5 to shoot. To the inside. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Now here's Porzingis. Screen by Porzingis. Wide open look. Rebound by Williams.
Well, the defense just gave him that shot, and he wasn't able to convert. Very disappointing.
And Tatum with a clear path to the hoop. A finish. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. That one on Williams. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Celtics.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
Stan, you talk about a stacked roster. It's hard to find many weaknesses for the Celtics.
Yeah, Kevin, there's a reason the Executive of the Year award went to Boston's front office last season. The Celtics are built right, and they're built to last.
Now here's Tatum. Pass to Porzingis. Count it.
And nice use of size by Porzingis inside. Able to practically play on top of the D.
And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
Now here's Tatum. Down low. Stolen by Dort. There's Williams. And it's Williams throwing it down.
And running offense through Holmgren. Great court awareness and really unselfish.
Tatum with it. Dort covering. And Coach Derek White spent his first 4.5 seasons with the Spurs and Coach Greg Popovich, who did a lot to boost his confidence.
Yeah, Kevin, White was a late first-round pick. He's a humble guy, very hardworking. I don't even think he realized he could be this good.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
And a 3-level score. That time, SGA takes it all the way.
Now Holiday, outside Tatum. The kick out to Holiday. Boston again missing. Here's Williams. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
Well, as a coach, you want to cover just 1 or 2 major points. That way guys can absorb it and go out and execute.
It's stolen by Brown. And that does it for the first quarter. Celtics lead by 4. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter.
14.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And when you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what do you think?
Throughout the first quarter, they did a great job of just running the offense.
Yeah, and I love to see this kind of communication between teammates. Great player movement, great ball movement.
Pass to Holiday. The kick out to Brown. Jacks up a 3. And the rejection by Holmgren. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Jalen Williams is a do-it-all dynamo for the Thunder. Coach Mark Daigneault said, we've cross-matched him onto centers. He'll shift him to a point guard. It's hard to explain how impactful that is for you. You have a great offensive player that you're also moving all over the lineup. Kevin?
D.A. the versatility. That is pretty special. To the paint. Holmgren with the steal.
Well, that's why it's so important to seal off those passing lanes inside. Make them earn points in the paint.
Now, here's George. Still yet to score. And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And Greg, you talk about toughness, the compete factor. How does a team create that culture?
Call it critical mass. When you have the entire organization and enough players committed to that kind of effort, everyone has to meet that level.
Pass to Holmgren. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Holmgren's got the lead up to 2 now for the Thunder. Tatum looking around. Porzingis with the ball. Here's Brown. 5 on the clock. The kick out to Tatum. Tatum from 3.
A 3 of his own for Tatum. That is how you respond.
Pass to Dort. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
The Celtics with the lead. Left side, Brown. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And bringing the aggression and the energy. 2 things you like to see from Porzingis.
Left side, Williams takes the 3. A rebound by the Celtics. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. White drives in. And there's the foul. They're going Alex Caruso. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Here's Brown. Pass to Porzingis. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
At 7'3", Porzingis is almost impossible to guard, especially when he's focusing on trying to score.
And both free throws good for Porzingis.
Well, you have to appreciate a big man who can step up to the line and knock it down with confidence.
And he drives in. Joe Good.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look.
here's Tatum. 6 points for him. And the foul called on Cason Wallace. That is his first foul of the game. 1:56 left in the first half of the game. Pass to Tatum. Now Porzingis. On the clock. No good that time.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency across the board. The numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
Holiday attacking. The three. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
A solid outside game. Holiday has good lift on his J. And at 6'4", he can get his shot off against just about anybody.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
Pass to Porzingis. Brown outside. And the Celtics another 3.
Well, you know, when Brown's hitting the 3, it really opens up this offense.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Boston leading by 6. 29 seconds left now here in the second. Picked by Horford. It's deflected. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hartenstein. Clock at 6. Right side Horford. And it's Horford again missing.
On defense, Dort has great instincts, helping him stay on top of the shooter.
Screen by Hartenstein. And we've reached halftime in this one. It's the Celtics. They lead by 6. And for 2K Sports, we'll be back here at Paycom Center right after this. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. It's stolen by White. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla has talked about the two J's, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. He says they've been lumped together because they play a similar position, but they don't have to be similar. They've got to be able to express who they are and not constantly be compared to each other. They're not the same. Kevin?
That, David, remember a couple years ago, there was some thought that maybe one would be traded. Glad they're still together. That one goes in. Holiday's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Celtics. And as a coach, what were some of your favorite parts, Stan, of life on the road?
Well, Kevin, you get treated really well on the road in the NBA. I mean, you travel on great charters. People take care of your bags. We stay in great hotels. But my favorite part of being on the road was when we were on our way home. Easier to win at home, family at home. That was the favorite part of it.
How about the bonding experience that a lot of coaches talk about when you're out there kind of alone against the forces, just you and your team?
Well, I definitely think players bond on trips like that because they're not going in different directions. They team to spend time together. I don't think any of them ever wanted to spend time with me.
Right side, Tatum. Inside, Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Keep getting it to this man. I mean, once Porzingis catches fire, there is no putting that out.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. That one is on Holiday.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media, but people in the know how good of a defender he is.
Outside Holiday. Out to Porzingis. Fires at the elbow. And Holmgren pulls it down.
Yeah, loose coverage by the defense, but he just couldn't make them pay.
Porzingis with the steal. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. Boston shooting the sixth attempt at the free throw line tonight.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team, so you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Down low. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis has got the lead up to 13 now for Boston. The Thunder with another miss. And so Brown will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. This is the most they've led by 13 points.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Pass to Tatum. 6 to shoot. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Here's Williams. Over in the corner, Dort. Good. The nice assist for Williams. Dort got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Outside Tatum. There's 1:26 left to play in the third. Shot clock at 6. Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And what a luxury to run pick and rolls with Porzingis. He can roll to the basket or pop out for that jump shot.
Pass to Holmgren. There's a minute left in the third. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 13. Holmgren can't hit.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Tatum with it. Dort covering. Tatum down low. The 17-footer. Again, the Celtics good for 2.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
In the corner, Tatum with it. Over in the corner, Porzingis. On the wing, Holiday. Tatum wide open, he fires one. Misses the 3. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
Now that's what I call a momentum changer.
Yeah, when you've got a point guard, that kind of spring, no lead is safe.
Yeah, he saw the opportunity to finish with some authority, trying to fire his guys up.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks, guys. During the break, listened in with Joe Mazzulla and his team. While the team is up, Coach doesn't want his team to let up. He told the team to finish this game. Do not think this will be easy. We've seen comebacks before. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, thanks. Stolen by Dort. And the Thunder pushing it up now. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And given that Holmgren is 7 feet tall, he's a threat to throw it down at any time.
That's to Porzingis. And so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
First team foul.
And here's Holiday to the paint. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Really unacceptable letting Porzingis get that kind of positioning. Once he's established, it's over.
To the wing right side. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Dort. Shot clock at 5. The 3. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Boston leading by 12. Tatum with it. Defended by Holmgren. Now here's Porzingis. Outside Tatum. And Holmgren pulls it down. So it's the Thunder now. Picked by Williams. On the wing, Williams. Outside, Dort. Pass to Holmgren. Oklahoma City moving it around. Nobody near Williams. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Now Porzingis. To the middle. Stan, you've been on the bench in the NBA for many decades. What were some of your biggest pet peeves as a coach?
Oh my gosh, Kevin, that would be a long list. But the two biggest would be this. I think number one, anytime there was a lack of effort, not running back on defense, things like that, that I had a hard time tolerating. And then mental breakdowns, things we had prepared for over and over and over again, and then guys just zone out and forget what they're supposed to do. Those were things that were hard to tolerate.
Especially when you would take such care in preparing them in every way. It's got to be just excruciating.
Frustrating as heck.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Pass to Dort. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Nice D from Porzingis.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
And there's the foul. We're going Alex Caruso. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Here's Holiday. Pass to Porzingis. From deep. Nailed from three-point land. Porzingis has got 24.
The reflexes on Porzingis can surprise you. For a big, he plays with great quickness.
To end the cold streak. On the wing, Williams. Clock at 6. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Here's Tatum. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the drive. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Celtics.
Tonight they seem committed to the three-point shot.
That was the bread and butter. Fortunately, they made enough of those, but sometimes it was quantity over quality.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Porzingis.
Well, bottom line, he was just unstoppable at times. Not much you can do when he's playing with that kind of confidence.
Lift off, Mr. Dort. A one-way ticket to the rim.
All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
Porzingis can't hit. There's 39 seconds left in the fourth. Pass to Dort. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Here's Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
How about the floor awareness by Gilgeous-Alexander? Solid at just spotting his open teammate.
To the inside. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So, for Greg Anthony.
This is Brian Anderson, joined by Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson. Allie LaForce will be our reporter from the sideline. And it's the Knicks to start out. To the middle. Here's Achua. Achua with the dunk.
And despite the height disadvantage, oh my, he just attacks that interior.
Really unfazed. Throw his height right out the window there. If he gets that look again, he should take it. You can't let one miss scare you off of a very good shot.
Offensively, Karl Anthony Towns is one of the most well-rounded big men in the league, Grant.
Yeah, maybe in league history, B.A. He's an elite three-point shooter, post scorer, and his passing is severely underrated.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Tom Thibodeau gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. I asked him about the many difficulties that Kevin Durant presents to a defense, and Coach said with most guys you can force them left or right or send help. With Kevin, he can always shoot over the top of you. Sometimes you feel helpless in that regard. Not a lot of solutions for a 7-foot sharpshooter, guys.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Anunoby with it. Dunn in his pocket. Offensive board. The kick out to Brunson. Towns on a screen. Tries again. Gets another look. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
I mean, I'll tell you, Towns is so dangerous on the offensive glass.
To the paint. Here's Booker. And Booker with the jam.
At last, their cold streak is over. They finally found something that worked.
Yeah, the lid's now off, guys. Maybe they can rattle off a few more in a quick order.
Now here's Achua. Down low. Towns. And it's going to be out of bounds. New York will have another go. About 2 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Brunson with it. Dunn in his pocket. Clock at 4. Pass to Towns. Here's Achua. The offensive rebound. And down it goes. 2 points. Towns has got his second basket.
Nice positioning and footwork on point. And Towns so smooth down there inside.
Well, the last few years, Richard, the Suns have had some all-time greats. But this is Devin Booker's team.
No doubt. Drafted in 2015. Book's been here his entire career. His first few seasons, the team was, let's just say they were rebuilding, but Devin stayed loyal and enjoyed some stellar seasons since then.
And New York has possession. After the basket by Phoenix on the other end. Pass to Achua. And the 3 off target. Suns trail by 5. Inside. And Durant with the big finish.
And it doesn't get any easier for Durant. With his size and length, dunking just comes pretty easy for him.
And it's Brunson missing.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Knicks leading by 3. Bridges feeling it out a little bit. Pass to Achua. Nice dish, and the layup goes down.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Here's Dunn. Outside Bull. Outside Booker. Outside Durant. Lets it fly. Here's Bull. And finished off by Bull.
Second chance points are always painful. Have to make the effort to box out.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say they need to emphasize rebounding going forward.
Now here's Brunson. Achua for 3. Yes, and a nice assist from Brunson. Achua's got 7 points in the game.
When he has enough space, he's more than comfortable letting it fly from outside.
Outside Durant. Outside for Booker. Knocks it down from distance. 5 points in the game.
He doesn't shoot from the corner three often, but Booker looked fearless sending that one up.
And Brunson, here we go. Here's Towns. Oh, it's blocked by Bull. Back to Durant. Outside Booker. And he drives in. Banked it in off the glass.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. It's the Knicks up 1. And whoop. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. All right, before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from the Knicks?
It's pretty obvious. I mean, cashing in on extra opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
When you're the more aggressive club, good things tend to happen. We'll see if they can maintain this level of intensity.
Yeah, going right for the iron. Towns muscling his way through.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Well, Kevin Durant steadily climbing up the top 10 of the all-time scoring list. He said, I've been in the league for half of my life now. It's a blessing to be playing on this platform and doing what I love to do. I just want to continue to keep putting in good work and keep adding to what I already did.
One of the greats, Allie. Thank you. Here's Towns. It's deflected. Booker surveying the D. Beal from outside. And it's New York with a rebound.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Well, Grant, all the high hopes Knicks fans have had in recent years, they have finally come to fruition.
Yeah, it really was good to see the Knicks have a great campaign last year. From the players to the coaches to the front office and the fans. They've pressed all the right buttons.
Booker with it. And it's Anunoby picking him up. Durant for 3. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. And here's Anunoby. Yet to see a basket. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. And the Knicks lead by 1.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
And they go to the intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Suns trailing. Outside Booker. Ooh, against inside resistance. Booker still good. All right, Grant, give it to us straight here. What's the deal with star treatment in the NBA, you think?
Star treatment? What is that, B.A.? No, I think some players have a reputation which might help them on 50-50 calls. And you could argue that some players have a reputation that hinders them on the 50-50 calls. So it really just all depends.
Well, I don't think anyone predicted that Jalen Brunson would become the player he is today, Grant.
Yeah, that's for sure, B.A. Or he definitely wouldn't have been a second-round pick. He's a hard worker, a competitor, and an elite offensive player.
Oh, my goodness! Throw it down!
Come on! What an athlete Beal is. These kind of throwdowns get him going as well as his teammates.
Left side Brunson. Pass to Bridges. Achua with it. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Bridges. Got a hand on it. To the inside. Richards' shot is off.
Great opportunity. Just couldn't complete the play.
And you have to feel for him. That's the kind of miss that will stick with you for a little bit.
Oh, Durant with a steal. Left side Booker. Back to Durant. Allen on the wing. Outside Booker. Pass to Beal. That one's good. Give the assist to Booker. Beal's gotten 4 this quarter.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
Knocked away. Anunoby for 3. Pure from 3-point range. Anunoby's got 5 points. Wow, 8 lead changes in the first half. Unbelievable.
Yeah, both sides digging in for what looks like a war.
And Durant with the big finish.
Runs the offense smoothly. Durant special in that regard.
Inside. Here's Anunoby. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. Here's Towns. And that bucket makes him 4 for 7 today. Good production.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Allen attacking.
The elevated playmaking of Durant. Passes like that really bring the team closer together.
Brunson taking his time here. Towns outside. Fires for 3. And it's Phoenix with a rebound. Outside Booker. Screen by Durant. Outside Booker. Over Brunson. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Phoenix out in front, leading by 1. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter. See you in just a bit. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. And Booker's got the ball here for the Suns. It's a 1-point game. Well, Grant, one thing about this Knicks team, they have a clear identity.
Yeah, they have the mentality of their city, New York City, playing the game with passion and in-your-face attitude. And, of course, these Knicks leave it all out on the floor.
Here in the second half, this game's still nip and tuck.
Just an insane amount of lead changes. The fans are getting their money's worth.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, the Suns are going for it. All-star guard Devin Booker said everybody here is on the same page. We're in win-now mode. We want excellence. We know it's not going to be easy, but when you give up that much, we're trying to win this year and years to come. Brian, this front office has been aggressive.
They are all in, Allie. Thank you. Brunson. Towns for 3. Hits the trifecta. Towns has got 5 points now in the quarter.
A fantastic three-point shooter. You got to guard Towns from the corners especially.
Pass to Durant. Outside Booker. inside.
Capable of scoring from any area. Love when Durant takes charge and dominates like this.
Here's Towns. Sinks it again. That's his 7th made field goal in 11 tries.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
And the timeout called by Mike Budenholzer. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Right around a minute and a half played in the third quarter. To the middle. Here's Bowl. Down low. Here's Durant. And Durant with the big finish.
He knew exactly where his man was going to be. Outstanding lead pass.
Brunson with it. He has 6. Pass to Towns. Outside Hart. And an Obi for 3. The shot, no good. The Suns trailing. Count it, and 1. He'll have a chance in the three-point play. That's on Mikal Bridges. New York making a switch here. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Well, Richard, you attempted to guard Kevin Durant in your playing days. How hard was that?
It was not easy. He's an elite scorer, ball handler. Oh, yeah, he's also 7 feet tall. KD is one of the toughest assignments that you will ever face.
He drops it from range. Hart's got 5 now.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
There's a screen. It's Booker on the wing. In deep. Booker gets it to go.
We know Book can hit those deep threes, but he's also effective around the rim.
Outside Brunson. Kicks it out to Anunoby. Beyond the arc. Phoenix grabs the miss. Outside Booker. To the paint. The kick to Durant. Clock at 6. With the drive. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. It goes on Josh Hart.
This is part of why KD is so dangerous, using that 7-foot-long stride to penetrate and get fouled.
New York making a switch here. Ever since Phoenix changed ownership, they've been all in on winning now, Richard.
They've traded a lot of picks away and young talent to assemble a team of superstars. Some of the best shooters in the history of this league. And they were willing to go deep into the luxury tax to sustain.
Here's Hart. And he caps off the break with a monster slam.
You got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
An important 2 points, not just on the scoreboard, but also for a little bit of momentum.
Woo! His energy is unmatched.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
Back to Robinson. Big finish!
Wow. Okay, I see you.
And he dunks it down.
Wow! That type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. Pass to Beal. The Suns need to get off a shot. Here's Durant. Cash. He's 9 for 14 in the game.
You want this man holding the ball right here. Durant, he can work under pressure now.
And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Now on the court is your Height Squad. Get loud and let them hear it.
Here's Wright. No points yet. About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. To the inside. Here's Robinson. Kevin Durant with a rebound. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. That free throw good from Booker. And the timeout called by Mike Budenholzer. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
Yeah, Coach no doubt wants to use this timeout to review the matchups and maybe make some adjustments as well.
I'm sure all of the above is in order, and you can never be too content.
So both teams making some changes here. And the timeout called by Mike Budenholzer. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Timeout called by Mike Budenholzer. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Called by Mike Budenholzer. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. And out of bounds, the Knicks will take it.
You can tell the moment the pass left his hands, he knew he messed up.
There's 6 seconds left in the third. Here's Wright. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. And the Knicks lead by 6.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
And so it's New York with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Great shot selection, right?
The Suns, 45.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Now Brunson. Brunson driving. Towns for 3. Bull grabs the board.
And sometimes on defense, you can just get lucky.
Pass to Beal. Yes, and it's Booker with the setup.
Win or lose, this is the fight you want to see from your players.
You can't question the desire of these teams. It's going to be difficult for either side to get separation.
Kicks it out to Anunoby. Outside Brunson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Inside. Achua with the dunk.
And though he has a scorer's mindset, Brunson willing to make the next pass.
Outside Booker. It's Beal on the wing. Another three for Phoenix.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
Pass to Towns. And stolen by Bol. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Booker no good.
Outstanding work to send him away. They sniffed that one out.
Here's Brunson. Booker defending. Out to Bridges. Launches a three. Kevin Durant with a rebound. The Suns trailing. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Nice pass. Such a unique talent on both ends. That time Booker showing us his vision.
Right side of Chua. To the middle. Towns. And it's powered home by Towns.
He challenges the defender and throws it down with two hands.
Man, just straight power on that one. Clear the deck.
Woo, Booker showing some power.
Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Towns. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Towns. And here's Durant. He'll bring it up for the Suns. Pass to Booker. To take the lead. And it's New York with a rebound. Down low. Brunson with it. Dunn in his pocket. Now here's Brunson. 4 on the clock. Now Bridges. Now here's Towns. Defended by Dunn. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And that is an absolute heartbreaker of a turnover. In a close game like this, that might be enough to impact how it ends.
Outside Booker. Yes, they get the go-ahead bucket. Booker's got 4 points in the quarter.
When they need points, they do everything possible to get Booker his touches.
A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the fourth. Back to Brunson. Kicks it out to Anunoby. New York needs to get one up quick. The timer ticks.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
Yeah, straight up, guys. Like, he's ice cold, like freezing. What's colder than cold? But you don't have to shoot it, my guy. It's okay to pass the ball.
Durant's shot is off. New York trailing. Outside Anunoby. Here's Brunson outside. Bol grabs the board. And it's Phoenix's ball. They're on a 12-4 run.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
Outside Anunoby. To the middle. Here's Achua. Yes!
While he's a bit undersized for a 4, he more than makes up for it with his pass.
Here's Durant. Into the lane. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound.
And the game isn't over yet, but they have to move quickly.
Yeah, they need to focus on scoring every possession and not turning over the ball.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. And Mike Budenholzer decides to call a timeout. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. And looking at the options here, what do you think is being discussed?
They're looking good, but they can't afford to take their foot off the pedal. They have to lock down the perimeter and prevent a three.
There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Outside Brunson. 4 on the clock. Here's Towns. No good. Second chance effort. It's good. And he's tied it up. What a shot.
That's a blue-collar bucket right there. Grown man basket. Put in the work. Got a second chance to score.
And the timeout called by Mike Budenholzer. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. From the inbound. And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. Here's Towns. Ooh, no good there. Potential game winner was off the mark. Time expires. We're going to overtime. And we've got more action coming your way. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. Outside Achua to the inside to take the lead, and Towns with the lay-in. Towns has got 19 points.
And what a luxury to have a big man who can score like Towns. He's been unstoppable here.
Pass to Durant. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. First one falls for him.
You look at Durant's game and you instantly see all the hours of hard work that went into shaping it. He's so polished in every area. His skills are so sharp.
He's one of the league's best free throw shooting bigs. A performance like this certainly proves it.
Outside Brunson. Just 5 on the clock. To the paint. Here's Towns. Ooh, Durant with some nice D. And it's the Suns with the ball. Beal outside. Outside Durant. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Jalen Brunson picks one up. Oh, he doesn't hit the first. That was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he does get the second one. And that gives him a lead.
Left a little on the table there, but at least he put them in front.
Kicks it out to Anunoby. Pass to Achua. Three-pointer off the mark. Right side Durant. Jacks up with 3. That one falls. Coming off Beal's feed. Durant's got 6 here in the quarter.
ICE. Ice. He has absolute ice in his veins. This guy, he lives for these moments.
Back to the basics. Unleashing the one-hand flush.
Boy, he makes the basics look pretty outstanding, though, huh?
That's true.
Oh, got a piece of it. Stolen by Anunoby. Right side Achua. Outside Anunoby. Inside. Towns. Money.
And in the big moments, Towns ups the ante, which allows him to knock down the important shots.
Down low. Out of bounds. It'll be New York's ball.
Oh no, that was a huge turnover. That cannot happen at this point in the game.
Here's Brunson. They can't afford to waste this shot.
Moments like this are what it's all about.
Pass to Achua. Back to Brunson. Drives to the hoop. Towns with the ball. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
For a big, Towns is an effective free throw shooter. You really can't give him too many looks from the line.
Second one is good, getting both at the line. And it's a two-point ball game.
Not easy to keep your focus when there's so much riding on those free throws, but that was excellent work in the clutch.
Here's Durant. Back to Booker. 6 to shoot. Pass to Durant. Stolen by Anunoby. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, no, you had to do that. I mean, you can't allow them to dribble out the time.
At the line.
First free throw is good. And that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both. And it's a 4-point ball game.
Calm and cool, and his free throws put a bow on this one. Nice way to finish the game up.
Phoenix calls timeout. Only 2 seconds left to play in overtime. Your thoughts, guys?
It's hard to say whether they have enough time for a quick shot and a foul.
For three, Booker. And it's good. Oh, what a sensational bucket. That brings them within one. And so the big win by New York in a tight game. It was touch and go there for a while, but in overtime, they caught a second win.
They really did, and it was wild. Everything it took just to get to the extra period, and then their surge at the end. Whew.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Grant Hill, Richard.
like to welcome you to the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan with you, joined by Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge reporting courtside. Now, here's Hart. Durant with the steal. For three, Booker. Rebounded by Hart. Here's New York. And always hovering around the 50, 40, 90 mark, Kevin Durant is both prolific and Greg efficient.
And Kevin, you want to talk about guys in this league who make winning plays time and time again? KD is right at the top of that list.
And Bull wide open. He shoots. And the three ball is good.
And you can't forget about Bull's range. After all, big men like him are expected to take the three in today's game.
Here's Bridges. And his first shot of the game, no good. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Well, I briefly spoke with Mike Budenholzer. Now, Coach said they need to take away Jalen Brunson's weapons and make him make plays, especially from outside. Coach said Brunson is a great distributor. He gets all of his teammates involved. We need to take away his weapons and make him shoot the three. We'll see if the defense can do that. Back to you.
All right, David, thanks. Inside, here's Bridges. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
One tough customer. Bridges fighting for the basket in close.
Pass to Bull. Good. A nice assist from Booker. Bull's got 5 points so far.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
Booker with it. Brunson picks him up. Here's Bull. Outside, KD. And here's Booker from the arc. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Boy, the delivery from Booker so clean. That jump shooting is pure.
And with this score of the Suns, you know, Greg, you never know who is going to initiate the offense for them.
And that can cause problems at times, Kevin. Can run you into issues keeping the ball moving. And turnovers can be their Achilles heel as well.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Jalen Brunson.
Well, the length and size of Kevin Durant make him a prime target on the interior. So good at forcing the issue close to the basket.
So, Doris, when you look at the whole package, is Durant a one-of-a-kind player in your opinion?
Well, we certainly have guys.
Oh, my goodness! Wow, what a play!
How about the creativity, the athleticism? That's a rare combination for a guy his size. Go to work, Cat.
Outside, Beal. And here's Booker. Pass to Bull. Lets it go with the three. And again, it's the Suns missing. Knicks trailed by 3. In the corner, it's Bridges. And here's Towns. He's covered by Beal.
Big time slam by Karl Anthony Towns. Love when he's playing with this sort of aggression.
Booker outside. Takes it inside. And again, it's the Suns missing. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. Hart, no good.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Back to Durant. Towns with the defensive effort. Knicks on offense. They trail by 1. Hart. And he banks in the layup.
Well, as always, Jalen Brunson making the right play. This guy loves to set up his teammates.
Down low. Here's Durant. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That one is on Towns.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty.
when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Here's Towns. Phoenix grabs the miss. Allen left side. Pass to Beal. Here's Bull. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Anunoby. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. The kick out to Towns. Just 5 to shoot. Driving the lane. And it's good. With time running down on the shot clock. Towns has got 6 points.
Well, under duress of the shot clock, Towns calm, delivers, beautifully done.
Here's Durant. It's all tied in Phoenix. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
13.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And from what we've seen, guys, from the Suns, what are you thinking so far?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
And a few of those led to quick scores at the other end. Really active first quarter for them.
That's just too easy for Ball. Once he gets the right position, his focus there is on the finish.
That one goes. Counted. 8 points for him. Greg, every year, injuries are a huge factor in shaping the title race. And I'm guessing that teams should probably put more of a premium on durability. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, I think all GMs take that into account. A team wants to be confident it'll have a stable roster over the course of a long season.
It's Allen on the wing. It's Durant on the wing. He's got 5. Pass to Bull. That's good, and it's KD with the assist.
Yeah, inside, Bull does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length.
Brunson, no good. The Suns leading. Booker outside. Bridges with the steal. Towns with it. Now guarded by Booker. Back to Towns. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. We know Doris and Towns might already be one of the best shooting bigs ever.
Well, Kevin, he flat stated and called himself the best shooting big of all time. He has an argument because not only has she shot the ball incredibly well from deep, even as his volume has gone up, his efficiency stays the same. This is a gifted offensive post player.
Out to KD. Allen outside. Pass to Bull. Back to Allen. Screen by Durant. It's rebounded by Towns. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Back to Achua. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
Boy, against so little defensive pressure, you have to convert that.
Outside, KD. That's good. And so Beal with the assist. Durant's got 8 points.
Oh, boy. Don't allow Kevin Durant to get comfortable from there. It could be a long night if you do.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And, guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for Phoenix.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
Well, we know this. Karl Anthony Towns was a go-to option from the very first moment he stepped in the lines of an NBA court. The versatility is so difficult to match up against.
Here's Booker. And the rejection by Towns.
Outstanding anticipation.
Unbelievable. You think of Bridges as understated, not that flashy, and then he does that.
And talking about the Knicks, GA, do you feel they took a step forward last season?
I do. I mean, losing in 7 in the conference semis with all the injuries they had, that really kind of set them back. They ended that game 7 with the Pacers missing 4 of their starting 5. So, no doubt, expectations will be high.
The shot's good from Achua.
Boy, you have to love how Jalen Brunson orchestrates this offense. So good at getting the ball where it needs to be.
Outside, Beal. To halt the run. Back to Richards. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Well, that's just a pretty pass. Kevin Durant carrying the scoring load when he has to, but boy, can he get others involved.
And that one, good. Brunson's got the lead up to 5 now for New York.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
And there's the call on Precious Achua. That's his first foul.
And it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
.52 seconds left now here in the second. KD looking around. Shot clock at 5. Robinson with the block.
Wingspan, athleticism, verticality. Robinson with authority sends it back.
New York with the ball. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Brunson outside to the middle. Back to Robinson. A slam dunk by Robinson.
Mitchell Robinson knows who he is. A vertical spacer. What a pretty dunk.
And Phoenix turns it over again. Now here's Brunson. With 1 on the clock. And it's Robinson with the jam.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
And I think they count on him for that. He is a tone setter, extremely unselfish.
And so it's New York ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Now Booker. Outside for Durant. To the inside. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First personal foul.
It's on Mitchell Robinson.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Greg, in the process to bring in all their stars, the Suns don't have a lot of ways to add players in the near future.
Yeah, they don't control their draft picks for the next few years. That was part of the price for Beal and Durant. They'll have to be very shrewd to add rotation pieces to help them win.
Well, this is where Mitchell Robinson can make his impact on the offensive end. Get the putback with that verticality.
Outside Durant. Pass to Booker. Screen by Durant. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Kicks it out to Booker. Off target from outside.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Suns trail by 10. And here is Durant. And a miss there on the triple.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
And Anunoby slams it in.
Let's remember this is 6'8" with some hops. OG Anunoby with the dunk.
It's in. Durant not bothered at all by the defense. The Knicks leading by 10. Brunson right side. To the paint. It's deflected. Beal with the steal. Nobody near Allen. A three-pointer off the mark. And pushing it up. Here's New York. Anunoby, good. Anunoby's got the lead up to 12 now for the Knicks.
I'll tell you, it's 6'8" with elite athleticism. Good luck checking OG Anunoby on the interior.
Back to Durant. Inside. Richards. Stolen by Robinson. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. The kick out to Anunoby. Pass to Achua. Now here is Robinson. Defended by Richards. Here's Achua. And it's off the back rim. No good. Suns trail by 12. Richards with it. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And you could see what he wanted to do there, but that was a tough giveaway.
And I think the intention doesn't always equal the result. Wrong play, wrong time.
Brunson outside. And they recover it. Over in the corner, McBride buries it from three-point range. And the Knicks lead by 15.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Jalen Brunson is a very cerebral player. He says he focuses on the little things. The attention to detail has made the game a lot easier. I know what I'm capable of. So as long as I keep working on my craft, keep the same mindset, only good things are going to happen for me. Kevin, back to you.
Good stuff, David. Amazing how far he has come. We appreciate the report.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing. Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
Back to Brunson. The kick out to Anunoby. 6 to shoot. McBride's shot is off. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And Mike Budenholzer has called a timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. And Mike Budenholzer has called a timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. And Mike Budenholzer has called a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. Budenholzer has called a timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup.
Here we go, man. Make some noise for your son, Breaker Edwards. All right, fans, give a big round of applause for your son, Breaker Edwards.
29 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Booker. Knicks with the rebound. And pushing it up. Here's New York. Here's Towns. Out to Brunson. Pass to Hart. Back to Brunson. Looking for Bridges. He gets it there. 5 on the clock. And stolen by Bull. That will count. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's New York sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. And we'll see if they can keep up. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. It's a 14-point game. And Towns throws it down.
This is where you have to keep feeding Karl Anthony Towns. He's in an incredible rhythm. He's already got huge numbers. Keep feeding the big man.
And Mikal Bridges pulls it down. To the inside. And Devin Booker pulls it down. There's the triple. Booker with a three. He is a knockdown shooter.
You've got to be there on the catch if Devin Booker gets an opportunity from the perimeter. This guy too good a shooter.
Right side Towns. Another miss by Towns. Suns trail by 13. Pass to Durant. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
Well, I've been impressed with the ball movement all game long. They're really looking to just make that extra pass.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
An elite offensive threat. Booker continues to try and find ways to improve his game.
And Mike Budenholzer has called a timeout. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to listen to what Mike Budenholzer told his team during that timeout. Now, Coach challenged him. He said, this goes beyond this game. Show me how much heart you have for the season. Fight until the final buzzer. Guys, back to you.
Thanks so much, David.
Boy, for a man his size, Towns does a sensational job running the floor.
Kicks it out to Booker. Here's Bull. No good that time. Towns with the defensive effort. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. From downtown. Rebound by the Suns. Booker out of a cannon. And the dunk by Booker.
I'll tell you, let that guy get ahead of steam. Booker can finish at the rim with surprising power.
Brunson surveying the D. And the shot will not go from Anunoby. Over in the corner, Allen. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. The Knicks leading by 12. Here's Hart. And he drives in. That one good for two.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
Here's Durant. The shot, no good. Bridges outside. Out to Brunson. gets the three-pointer to fall.
What a confident stroke from Jalen Brunson. This guy doesn't have to dominate with the ball in his hands.
Pass to KD. Outside for Beal. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And here's Brunson outside. Suns trailed by 14. KD with it. Now guarded by Towns. On the wing, Booker. The three. Good. It's Beal picking up the assist. Booker's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Suns. Brunson outside. And Hart has it in the corner. Here's on an open. Clock at 4. Here's Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Knicks.
And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well. A big advantage in that category, and they continually put pressure on the defense.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Karl Anthony Towns.
No doubt he came to play tonight. This guy has been aggressive and effective.
From deep, Brunson. And he's good on the three ball. And the Knicks lead by 14. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And here's Booker. Pass to KD. Bridges with the board. Here's Brunson. That one goes in.
Jalen Brunson.
And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 11 assists. So no problem for New York as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that about wraps it up for Greg Anthony, Doris. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson alongside. David Aldridge is with us from the floor tonight. And stolen by Maxey. Here's Oubre. He trains the quick shot. And so Doncic will bring it up for Los Angeles. And while Embiid was on record praising the importance of continuity, I don't know that, Richard, the 76ers front office felt the same way.
Oh, yeah. What you say out loud versus your actions can be very, very different in this game. When you have a chance to go big game hunting, you do. The goal was to bring in some help for Embiid and Maxey, and they accomplished it.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. And here are the Lakers. Pass to LeBron. Back to Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
And sometimes defenses sleep on Doncic's ability to elevate. He is capable of throwing it down.
And the foul called on Austin Reeves. That's his first foul. Now, here's Maxey. Cracks in the tray.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here's James. And finished off by LeBron.
We're getting inside positioning is what he wants. Like once that man gets in there and gets moving, oh, he's going to finish that dunk.
Here's Grimes. And stolen by LeBron. A solo fast break. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution. Running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
Now here's Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
Get out of that man's way. Embiid throwing down that power finish.
With the league's 65-game rule, Joel Embiid might have trouble making another All-NBA team.
Yeah, he's only reached that 65-game mark twice in his career. But he's still a lock to make the Hall of Fame, Kevin, because of how dominant he is when he plays. And look, he's already got an MVP.
And it's George missing.
And you got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him at the rim.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Reeves right side. Kicks it out to James. It's good from long range. LeBron's got 5.
I like how fast Bron makes decisions, reading the defense ahead of time, rising and shooting with confidence.
And here's George for 3. LeBron grabs the miss. Lakers leading by 4. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, briefly spoke with J.J. Redick. Well, we talked about how difficult a matchup Joel Embiid can be for a defense. Coach told me it's all about not letting him get established down low and making him try to beat us with longer shots. If we do that, I think we'll be fine. Of course, saying it on the sidelines is one thing, and doing it on the court, quite another. Guys?
Thanks, David. No one near Maxey as he lets it fly. Another miss by Philadelphia. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Maxey.
Let's just say that was an ill-advised pass there. Very close to a turnover.
To the paint. Here's Finney Smith. Another shot. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. The 76ers trail by 6. And the basket by Embiid. Embiid got his second bucket.
So much strength from Embiid. It would take a special defender to slow him down.
And something you see with the Lakers, they really trust their role players, don't they, Richard?
Yeah, LeBron does a great job of empowering his group. That's why he's top 5 in the league all time in assists. If you earn his trust, he will give you a ton of space to work. The Lakers know that they can only go as far as their great group of role players.
And here are the 76ers now, following the bucket by the Lakers. And George gets it to go.
Quick decision right there from George, not giving the D any time to react.
Count it, good.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
To the middle, Embiid. Off with the layup. Doncic with it. Maxey covering. To the inside. And LeBron James gets it to go. James has got 11.
In the paint, LeBron James is capable of running right over the defender. That is athletic.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And taking a look back at his performance at the line a year ago, rock solid, 79%.
Taking 2 shots.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Maxey with it. Down low. From deep, George. And so it's Los Angeles in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the...
14.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Lakers?
I've really been impressed with how aggressive they've been inside, looking to capitalize from the paint whenever they can.
Shot by Grimes, no good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
RJ, last season, LeBron passed 40,000 career points. Do you think we'll ever see someone get even close to that number again?
Probably not, Kevin. Not in my lifetime. You have to understand, you're going to have to score 25 points a game for 20-plus seasons to even have a chance. LeBron, he's one-on-one.
And the jam by Oubre.
And the leaping ability of Oubre Jr. When he gets inside, this guy's determined to finish.
Here's James. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Maxey in the corner. Back to George. Oubre outside. And it's off from three-point range. Lakers leading by 8. The drive by James. And the layup is good. LeBron's got 15 points.
There's so much power on LeBron's drive. The defense, they just more or less clear him.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. And we felt it. Even over here, we felt it. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Inside. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Maxey. To the middle. The strength of Embiid on display.
The footwork, the patience, watching Embiid go to work inside is just a treat.
Kicks it out to LeBron. On the wing, Reeves. Poked away. And so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here. Now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Shot clock at 6. Back to LeBron. Wow, the athleticism of LeBron James.
Look, a coach is going to trust LeBron James to just put up monster numbers because that's who he is. But it is nice to see him get into a nice groove like this.
Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from 3.
And what about the evolution of Tyrese Maxey? Greg, according to him, he's just getting started.
Well, Kevin, I'd have to agree. I mean, he's got some big shoes to fill with James Harden leaving, but each year this guy has just gotten better. And not only has he matched Harden's production in Philadelphia, I think he's exceeded it.
And the dunk by James.
So unpredictable in pick and roll sets. James just taking what he sees and lets it open up.
And James picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by, Oubre outside.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Just 5 to shoot. Embiid wide open. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
That's just not fair. 7-footers like Embiid with that size, they aren't supposed to shoot like that.
LeBron outside. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Kelly Oubre. And Richard, you've watched LeBron James over the years. His approach never wavers. It never changes.
He is all business all the time, on the court, off the court. The consistency of his focus and mental toughness is unbelievable.
RJ, so often with rookies, we want to judge them after half a season. Or we're not very patient with them. How long should we give players to prove themselves in the NBA?
Well, there's a different type of prove yourself. If you're talking about a rookie, I was taught after about game 60, you're no longer a rookie because you've played every team, you understand the defensive concept, you might be a little fatigued, but after that, you're no longer a rookie. But to judge them if they can play in this league, it can take a couple of years.
Doncic looking it over. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Hands it from downtown. Hachimura's got the lead up to 13 now for the Lakers.
Just solid with the jump shot. Hachimura helps your offense in a number of ways. In that case, spacing the floor.
This team has handed a lot of responsibility to Tyrese Maxey, but Greg, he's lived up to it.
And has grown very well into his role with the team. Shown that he can be a scorer all over the floor. Amazing to think how far he's come in such a short amount of time.
Len with it. Now defended by Oubre. Back to Len. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. And Connect gets it to go. And the Lakers lead by 13.
Not just a jump shooter. Connect is very capable of capitalizing inside.
Back to Maxey. He's looking for Embiid and finds him. And the dunk by Embiid.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
And the dunk by Len.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Here's Embiid. The layup off target. Knocked loose. And that concludes the first half. Los Angeles on top. They lead by 13. And we've got more action coming your way after this break.
26.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for the 76ers. It's a 13-point game. George, no good. Here are the Lakers. This is the most they've led by, 13 points. And you can never really count out these Los Angeles Lakers, Greg, can you?
No, I really don't think you can. They battle out of the play-in tournament. They overcome obstacles, and they have tremendous willpower.
Here's Drummond. Lock at 6. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Misses from close range. Lakers leading by 13. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Austin Reeves went undrafted, but his success comes as no surprise to him. He says, I've always felt like I belong. Goes back to childhood. His mom once asked him, is this confidence or cockiness? He told her, you're basically kind of the same thing. Kevin, back to you.
That's something else. Undaunted. Hey, David, thank you. And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking, I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
Back to George. To the paint. Second chance shot. In deep. Drummond drops it in.
Hey, that's Drummond. Throwback center who does almost all of his damage inside.
And Philadelphia making a change here.
That's his second personal foul. Second team. 76ers substitute.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. The 76ers trailed by 13. George with the ball. He's picked up by James. Here's George. 5 points in the game. Oubre on the wing. It's Drummond, high post. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on LeBron James.
I think of Andre Drummond as a big man's big man. He's a steadfast presence in the paint who really focuses on owning the backboard and attacking the rim.
Good on the second free throw. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Doncic left side. James. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Okay, Ron with the big boy moves. Look, he just absorbs the foul, still getting the shot, doesn't even feel it.
No good on the second free throw. The 76ers trailed by 13. Pass to Gordon. Back to George. From 15 feet away. No good off the back of the rim.
Defense kind of rolled the dice there, and I'm a little surprised that it ended up going their way with the miss.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Back to George. Pass to Drummond. Tries again. Lakers with the rebound. Hayes up top. Scoreless thus far. James driving. And James throws it down.
For such a big dude, all he needs is just a little bit of daylight, and LeBron is going to be hanging on that rim.
Maxey with it. He's picked up by Doncic. In the corner, George with it. Kicks it out to Maxey. Down low. Oubre outside. Shot clock at 2. And it's George missing. Lakers leading by 17. Pass to Hayes. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Doncic outside. Screen by James. To the inside. Oubre with the steal. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. 6 to shoot. Pass to Drummond. Hayes with the steal. James looking it over. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
76ers substitution. Number 21.
It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
That's fine. You love the effort, not making things easy for the opposition on offense.
James. They grab their own miss. Just 5 on the clock. And the Lakers with another miss. The 76ers trailed by 17. It's George on the wing. He's got 5. They need this one. He takes it up and lays it in. George has got 7.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
And so it's Los Angeles. Their lead at 15 going into the break. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor. He hit.
31.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Los Angeles leading by 15. James outside. Good work there as it goes. LeBron's got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Lakers. Here's Maxey to the paint. Assertive move by Embiid.
The offensive arsenal of Embiid is phenomenal. He's capable of scoring in a multitude of ways.
LeBron left side. Doncic outside. Pass to Finney-Smith. 5 on the clock. Back to Doncic. Kicks it out to LeBron. From deep three-point territory. Great D that time from Oubre. The 76ers trailed by 15. To the middle. George. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
I love seeing George be so assertive down low. Certainly doesn't lack confidence. An accomplished scorer.
LeBron outside. Oh, LeBron's just too strong inside.
Yeah, just too much big boy basketball by LeBron James, just bodying defenders inside.
Oubre outside. That's in, coming off the assist from Embiid.
This is why you always have to chase guys off the arc, because everyone has a three-point shot now.
And George gets the whistle that time. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Here's LeBron.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels them.
And when you think of LeBron, his competitive spirit is, to me, the first thing that comes to mind. All this guy wants to do is win all the time.
And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Embiid inside. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound. Lakers leading by 14. Here's James. And LeBron throws it down hard.
Oh, okay. I guess LeBron wanted that one to sting a little extra on that one.
Three-pointer by Embiid. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
3 points.
The way he can elevate over a defender from deep, very tough to contain outside the arc.
No good from LeBron. The 76ers trail by 13. Pass to Embiid. And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second personal foul. Second team foul.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Kicks it out to Gordon. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Oubre. The 17-footer.
And that's terrific D by Hachimura. He's shown he has the strength and length to match up against almost anyone.
Pass to LeBron. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Jordan. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. 4 on the clock. Here's James. And stolen by Maxey. Outside, George. And slam dunk by Maxey.
Getting up and finishing. Maxey leaving no doubt.
Oubre with the steal. Down low. Maxey with it. Defended by Reeves. 76ers moving the ball around. Pass to Gordon. Right side, George. Embiid with it. Covered by Hayes. That one is good from Joel Embiid. Embiid's got it back down to within single digits for the 76ers. Over to the left wing. LeBron James on the wing. Up and in on the way. James has got 38 points.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
It's always nice to perform like this, especially in front of the faithful home crowd.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. LeBron outside. There's 18 seconds left in the game. And the shot goes in. James has got 40 points.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
Joel Embiid.
Off the inbound. And so the Lakers take the win. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Richard.